The Gainesville Police Department's School Resource Officer program is comprised of full-time sworn police officers at a majority of the public schools within the city of Gainesville. GPD's SRO program provides an increased level of effective interaction between the police department, students, school officials, and parents. Gainesville's school resource officers also routinely train with the Gainesville Police Department SWAT team to make sure that our officers are ready should the worst happen in Gainesville. And most importantly, our school resource officers build a positive rapport with the students at their schools.
Are you motivated?
Yes, sir!
Are you dedicated?
Yes, sir!
Motivation check.
Hoorah!
Dedication check.
Hoorah!
I'm Officer Charlene Collins with the Gainesville Police Department. I work as a school resource officer. The Junior Police Academy is a week-long summer camp that we designed for middle school students, either entering into middle school or preparing to leave middle school, 6th to 8th grade. Students who are interested in learning more about law enforcement, about their local police agency. It's a week-long camp where they are able to hear from our specialty units and see various specialty demonstrations, as well as get involved in interactive activities and skills that they're going to learn. Some of them are interested in becoming police explorers, so this gives them a little inside look into what they may see as they become an explorer as they reach the high school age. We also incorporated interactive things such as building searches and mock crime scenes, where they actually had to go out and collect evidence and process a crime scene and try to figure out who committed the crime. So we wanted to make it fun for them. They got to do a taser demonstration, simulator demonstration. Our forensics crime unit taught them how to lift prints. So we wanted to make it fun, but we also wanted to be educational as well.
Speed up there, speed up there. You get to go. Good job. Go. Got your partner. Good job. I'm Officer Doug Williams. I'm a police officer at the Gainesville Police Department. I'm helping out the Junior Police Academy this week. I'm teaching the kids about physical fitness. So we have them doing PT. Today we're going to be ready to have them run an obstacle course and do a little upper body training. Group number 1, start here. Group number 2, we have a playground behind the facility here, as you can see. And we're going to use it today to actually have the kids go through it and use it as a makeshift obstacle course to use the different muscles in their bodies to maneuver through the different obstacles. Today's society, we find that most kids are staying inside, using the electronics and not getting outside playing a lot. You have to do a lot of coordination drills where you have to think and you have to actually think and get through some of these obstacles. So actually getting outside and doing different things with their body and using their mind that way and putting it all together is a great benefit for these young people. In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Both feet in, both feet out. Both feet in, both feet out. There you go. Good job, good job. Hit it. We want to explore the importance of physical fitness, how it makes them not only physically fit, but also mentally sharp, emotionally sharp. We want to make sure that they get in the habit of working out. I explained to them the importance of working out every day, even just before school, doing some jumping jacks, push-ups, and just generally staying healthy and staying fit, and how it'll help them out throughout their life and throughout their career, be it in the police department or any other career that they might choose. I'm proud of the work y'all did today. Y'all have about 3 minutes to get inside, get more water, change up, whatever you have to do, and get ready for the next class. All right? All right, good job. High five.
I'm very proud of our class. We had a really good group of kids. Everybody worked together. Everybody was best friends by the end of the week. We got to know a lot about each other. And I hope to see them out there in the streets, and they'll recognize me and they'll be able to come up and say, "Hey, Officer Collins, I remember you from the Junior Police Academy."
Gainesville Police School Resource Officer Wilfredo Perez is the SRO at Westwood Middle School. The Westwood Middle School cafeteria is loud. It's full of students. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. Except there's a room right nearby called Standing Room Only, or SRO. You can obviously see the connection between Standing Room Only and School Resource Officer. It's a program that School Resource Officer Wilfredo Perez is happy to be a part of. Each day, a handful of students get selected to spend that 30-minute lunch period inside the SRO room. It's full of games, it's full of pool tables, and most importantly, it's full of Wilfredo Perez. Officer Perez helped build 2 foosball tables, 2 tabletop shuffleboards, and a bumper pool table. They're giving out 15 tokens per grade to students who are behaving and doing the right thing during lunchtime. Officer Perez thinks that building relationships with the students in a fun way helps him keep the students safe. Officer Perez tries to take as much time out of his day as he possibly can to meet these kids in the standing room only and play with them. He says that he was one of those kids who had run-ins with law enforcement himself, and so his main goal is to work with kids so they can have positive interactions with law enforcement. He understands that those interactions begin with a school resource officer. Officer Debbie Parker has been a school resource officer at Gainesville for many years. One of the things that she does each year is that a local school holds a safety day where she invites a bunch of different people, including different GPD specialty units, to come and show the students about safety. Officer Parker also is quite the date when it comes to prom dates. Officer Parker routinely accompanies kids that may not have a chance to go to prom. You will constantly find Officer Parker doing as much as she possibly can to help the kids she serves. School Resource Officer Al Moore and School Resource Corporal Ariel Lugo can add landscapers to their resume. Corporal Lugo is assigned to Duval Elementary, and Officer Moore also works at Littlewood Elementary School. Both of the men realized that their schools just could not keep up with the landscaping, and so they offered to help. So on their off time and on weekends, they actually went out, pulled weeds, mowed yards. They also trimmed hedges and did some pretty substantial cleanups. These two officers understand that keeping the kids safe goes way beyond just being a police officer. It also means keeping their environment safe. I think it's safe to say that both schools now look a whole lot better simply because of the work that our SROs did.
GPD Officer Bobby White is helping community kids once again. The Basketball Cop Foundation donated this basketball hoop to the micro school in Gainesville for the kids to use. The micro school is often a second chance for kids that need help getting back on track in school. A tuition-free high school for those who need it. And thanks to the Basketball Cop Foundation, the kids here can now have a little bit more fun. It all started thanks to GPD Officer Kim Madsen, who was filling in as the school's resource officer.
The moment that I came in the door, actually, to be honest, I was a little bit just sort of not sure how I was going to be perceived, and it was nothing but like love and affection from day one.
Officer Madsen suggested getting a basketball hoop for the kids from the Basketball Cop Foundation. And of course, Bobby White was excited to help out a school in Gainesville, the city where the Basketball Cop Foundation began.
Getting your high school diploma, is something that's going to affect the rest of your life. So if I can contribute something, as little as a basketball hoop and some balls to something that might be able to positively impact these kids for the rest of their lives means a big deal to me. It's huge.
And the students were very excited about the new addition.
It's new to me because, I'm new here, and, this is not really, they say it's a regular high school, but, to have it here in the back of here, it's amazing. It actually keeps me in shape, So I keep playing. I'm going to college for basketball, actually.
For many of these kids, something as small as a basketball hoop at school really is a very big deal. Reporting in Gainesville, Marissa Sarbach, CBS 4 News.
In 2013, Gainesville Police School Resource Officer Chris Kesting began a Shop with a Cop program at an area Walmart. In 2016, Officer Kesting received a $2,000 donation from another area Walmart to keep the program going. Officer Kesting also receives bicycles and other items from local Walmarts and makes sure that those items are available for children in need. Officer Kesting continues to go way above and beyond what officers are expected to do. Each year, the Gainesville Police Department's school resource officers are fighting almost literally with other officers to make sure that they can represent the department at the Shop with a Cop holiday events. The Gainesville Police Department currently works 2 events, one with a local Target and another with a local Walmart store. At both events, the school resource officers are a very heavy presence. In 2016, the students that did the shopping were actually chosen by the local school resource officers. They were chosen based on their merit, based on their grades, and by just being good kids in their school. Officer Jermaine Hutchinson is one of the 2 school resource officers at Gainesville High School. Officer Hutchinson, or Hutch as he's known to by the students, can always be found around campus helping out in some way. This past year, Hutch was appointed by the kids to be the advisor for the first ever Gainesville High School Gospel Choir. Their goal is to have 3 gospel concerts in 2017. In October of 2016, Hurricane Matthew hit Gainesville fairly hard. City of Gainesville officials created a hurricane shelter at Rawlings Elementary School. School resource officers Perez and Teasley increased patrol at the shelter there. While ensuring the well-being and the welfare of the citizens, Officer Perez noticed that there were many children in the shelter with absolutely nothing to do. Officer Perez actually went to his home and gathered toys to bring them to the shelter. But Perez and Teasley did not stop there. Officer Perez and Teasley contacted Walmart, who generously provided a $200 gift card. Officers Perez and Teasley then purchased and delivered toys to the children at the Rawlings Elementary Hurricane Shelter. The City of Gainesville Summer Heatwave Program is a very popular and beneficial program that serves over 500 Gainesville youth during the summer months. The program has been featured as a best practice for building partnerships and community impact by the National Recreation and Park Association. Summer Heatwave is an active partnership between the Gainesville Police Department, Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Department, and the 8th Circuit Office of the State Attorney. The program currently consists of basketball tournaments, Operation Respect Yourself pool parties, and summer teen lounges.
If you want to come out, if you know you got skill, don't be shy. This year I want to try to play my hardest, make a lot of people proud, inspire other people to come out here and play. So I got to do what I got to do. Do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do. That's what I got to say.
Hi, I'm Tony Jones. I'm Gainesville Police Chief, and I'm here to talk about the Summer Heatwave Program. This is a vital program for the summer to give youth something positive to do as far as building character and participating in recreational activities. The Gainesville Police Department, as well as this community, highly endorse this program.
The Summer Heatwave Program also provides a place for youth to congregate during evening hours, with activities ranging from structured team sports to open lounges to socialize and play games.
Hi, I'm Steve Phillips, the Director of the City's Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Affairs Department. For the past 5 summers, the State's Attorney's Office has documented a reduction in the juvenile crime rate during the time our summer heatwave programs were occurring. To try to expand the program to include a few hundred more youth is a win-win situation for our community.
Gainesville Police School Resource Officer Pat Penny coached a 12 and under basketball team during summer heatwave, and they actually won the 15 and under division, playing up. Officer Penny will be coaching the Lincoln Middle School basketball team in 2017. Officer Penny will also be mentoring 6th grade boys as part of a 6th graders transitioning to middle school program. Officer Penny also assists in the Noble Terriers program that mentors males that have a high number of referrals. Each year, the Gainesville School Resource Officers hold a haunted house event around Halloween. The officers dress up in costumes and aim to scare the kids as much as they can. The house location moves around each year, but is usually found in a low-income area in town. We want to make sure that all neighborhood kids have the ability to visit. The Gainesville Police Department is the host agency for Explorer Post 917. Police Explorers is a young adult program for high school students that aims to educate and involve them in police operations and to interest them in law enforcement functions. In the program, they learn leadership, discipline, life management, and community service skills, among other things. This year, we are so proud of one of our own GPD Explorers, Captain Elvin Kelsey, who was voted as the Youth President of the Florida Association of Police Explorers. So congratulations to him. GPD's current Explorer Advisor is Officer Dontanya Smith. Officer Smith is also the sitting advisor for the entire state of Florida, which is a first for a Gainesville police officer.
Police Explorers is a program for high school kids that are interested in law enforcement, the law, military. It's meant for those that are 14 and entering at least 9th grade, and you age out at 21. I am actually the advisor for the Gainesville Police Explorers. I've been over them for about 4 years now. I coordinate the events, I participate in the events with the kids, I assist with transporting them from events and back home. I have a lot of jobs. I'm basically their mama when they're away from their moms. I was an explorer for Gainesville Police Department, so it's lovely for me to give back to them some of the same mentorship that I had growing up. As I look back, Chief Jones was actually my explorer advisor, so now I look at them as they could be me someday looking back.
Corporal Ariel Lugo, one of GPD's school resource officers, had frequently been pulling money out of his pockets to help other people in need. He realized that he was not going to be able to continue this on his own, so he started a company called Service First Incorporated. The mission of Service First Incorporated is to help provide resources. In the course of their duties, many public servants encounter people who are in need. Police officers, teachers, firefighters, and other public servants are in a unique position to identify and serve the most vulnerable members of their community. Service First understands that these individuals care about their communities and targets immediate needs by utilizing public servants and their ability to connect with the community. Currently, Service First is working to set up a community care closet that will be filled with basic necessities that any police officer can easily access and distribute any time of the day or night. Had it not been for Corporal Lugo starting this program, many families in our community would be going without. The Gainesville Police Department began a disproportionate minority contact initiative many years ago. GPD is happy to be leading the efforts in reducing the arrests of youth in our schools and in our community. We accomplished this by developing alternatives to arrest. We also gave our officers and supervisors other options besides arresting our youth. GPD demands the issuance of civil citations for first-time misdemeanor offenders. The first line of defense in reducing the amount of juveniles that are arrested are obviously our school resource officer. These men and women have the most contact with our young people in our community. Our school resource officers are making the appropriate referrals as they can. The Alachua County School District and the Gainesville Police Department collaborated to create a system of care in Gainesville, which is designed to help these children and their families, if need be, with resources. In 2016, a Gainesville police vehicle won a design contest held by Hendon Media Group as Best Community Relations Vehicle. This innovative vehicle design shows the community that GPD is willing to think outside of the box, that they're willing to embrace new ideas, new programs, and even embrace a new look away from a traditional police department's cruiser to find ways to reach out to the community and know that we're willing to change with the times to keep up with the need of the citizens. The judges enjoyed how we incorporated everything into the design, and they liked how the unique blue and white gradient fades and the shield on the hood they found to be a nice accent. The vehicle was designed by School Resource Officer Mike Denmark. It also serves as his canine vehicle for Canine Jet. Canine Jet is a single-purpose canine that is trained in narcotics detection. Canine Jet and Officer Denmark have done hundreds, if not thousands, of presentations to children over the past few years to share with them the importance of staying safe. Officer Denmark was able to use the canine as a tool to become closer to the students. The Gainesville Police Department's School Resource Officer program does much more than just provide security at our school campuses. These officers are mentors, they're friends, they're teachers, and they're always there when you need them. The programs, initiative, and activities that they participate in that you've seen in the last few minutes are only a handful of the things that our officers do each year. Gainesville School Resource Officers don't want a lot of credit for their actions. That's why it's sometimes difficult for us to find things on film. The Gainesville Police Department is exceptionally proud of our school resource officers.